Hello, guys, and welcome back to another video. This is the Football Connect. I'm your host, Sam, and we are back again with another one as we are looking at an exciting midweek where we have some interesting fixtures that we're going to be covering because it's going to be week 31 of the Premier League as we continue with counting down all those games. So, in terms of counting down the games, it means that there should be winners to see who's actually going to be winning the league at the end of the year, at the end of the season. As things stands right now, Liverpool have an upper hand, 2 points ahead of the second place, which is Arsenal. Manchester City are just below them, which is 3 points for Liverpool, but 1 point for Arsenal. So there is a lot of things that is happening. But the exciting part is that we can now start to count the number of games that are left, and it's now one digit count, and that always makes it so exciting. So we are going to be looking at all the games that are going to be faced by those teams that are in the title race, the bigger game of the week, as well as how the relegation battle is going. This is the preview show. I'm your host, Sam. I hope you're excited. Click the like button, subscribe to the Connect. Let's get into the Connect. So I'm going to give a quick preview before we go far. So if you have anything to say it right now in the comment section. If you're excited, also do me a favor. Let me know your predictions down in the comment section as well. It's always exciting to know what people are thinking over the game that we're going to be looking at and over the games that are going to be played. So do that as we go. So the first game that is going to be played, which is today, by the way, I'm actually doing it on the day of the games, but earlier in the morning, where we are going to be seeing Newcastle playing against Everton at the home of Newcastle. Is going to be an exciting game to see. We have Nottingham Forest playing against Fulham. We have Burnley playing against Wolves. We also have Bournemouth playing against Crystal Palace. We have West Ham playing against Tottenham Hotspurs as well, which are all the games that are going to be played today. So exactly after this game, you're going to be seeing a preview of my thoughts, my review thoughts of these games after they're done, whatever that has happened there. Then we move on to the second day, which is tomorrow, where we're going to be watching Brentford playing against Brighton, where we're going to be watching Arsenal playing against Luton, Manchester City. Now, so there are interesting fixtures in terms of the title race, where we have Arsenal, Luton. We saw how the first game went on, like, as well as Man City versus Aston Villa. This is an interesting one because it could be the decider over how far Man City goes in the title race, as well as how far Aston Villa goes in terms of the top four race. You remember Tottenham Hotspurs, as well as Manchester United are chasing them down. So it's really interesting to see how that game is going to play out. Then on Thursday, the title race continues. The league leaders Liverpool will be playing against Sheffield. So I'm believing by then Arsenal will be at the top of the league. So Liverpool working on to be going back on top if they can. That's the danger of when you're playing. We are not playing on the same time. The mind game, the pressure, it's always on another level. Then the bigger game of the week, where we're going to be watching Chelsea playing against Manchester United. Now this game also has a decider over what's going to be happening in the top four, as well as how far these two teams have gone, because there's always been that confusion between the two. How far is Chelsea? How far is this other one? So we can also always talk about this game as well on Thursday as we build up on the weekend games. So it's going to be exciting, but we're just going to talk about them right now. I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Click the like button, subscribe to the Connect. I hope you're excited. This is the Football Connect. I'm here to talk about the preview. So the bigger game, of course, that we need to talk about, of course, we will talk about Chelsea over this, is the title race game, which is Man City versus Aston Villa. Because one thing that has been noticed this season, Aston Villa has been a different animal. The way they've approached the game, the way they've been a trouble over the other teams that have played against. It's always exciting. They've managed to beat the likes of Arsenal. And I'm not even sure, if I'm not mistaken, are they not one of the teams that beat Man City in the reverse fixture? If that is not the case, I'm gonna be checking right now, because I really don't know about that. But if they are, it could tell you how much this is an important game for Guardiola's team. They need to find a way to get something out of this game, because it becomes so exciting. Sorry, I'm checking right now. Man City. So it becomes a little bit more exciting over what will happen in the game. But first game they played together? That's one I'm curious over. Okay. Anyway, I can't find you right now, but I'll check it as we speak, like I'm saying. So, yeah, yes, they did. They did. December 7th, Aston Villa beat Manchester City by 1 goal to 0. Like I'm telling you, already just knowing this, it calls what we call, the it plays around in the head of Man City, especially what has happened with them when they were playing Arsenal. That draw, something that they didn't want, so they need to respond at their home. And Aston Villa has the power to actually play for a draw. They've done it before, and that becomes a problem because Man City needs to get as much points as they can. This is the title race, and they have to fight this thing, and they have to find a way to get over those games. And this could be actually an important thing because if they just drop points, Liverpool, and they manage to win, that means there's that gap that is going to be created between them and Liverpool, as well as them and Arsenal if Arsenal beat Luton. But we all know that Arsenal are going to beat Luton. So Pep Guardiola's team is really under pressure, and they have to find a way to get something done before it actually comes to the final stages of this league. And if they start dropping out, it's going to be exciting to see, but as well as interesting to see. So there is a lot of things to be played on this one. Aston Villa are a strong team. They can head to. They have the Diaby, the Oli Watkins, the players that knows how to get the best out of themselves. So it's gonna be a game that requires this team to be focused. I don't know if McGinn is back because if I remember, he was given a red card the week before. So I'm not really sure if he's back. Let me know in the comment section. But they have to find a way to win this game as Man City, and I know they could, especially at the Etihad, as well as Rodri is back, because usually when they've been losing, Rodri has not been playing. The guy has 63 games unbeaten. That tells you as a lot that you need to know about the guy. He has already gone through a year. It's like he's going through one of the best moments, to be honest, really, in terms of how he's approaching these games. But it's going to be exciting to see what happens over this one. So I'll tell you what happens as we go forward with this one. But let's go back to an interesting game that we also have this week, which people are not really talking about, which is a top 4 race decider, as well as European places over what's going to be happening. It's the London Derby, where we've got West Ham battling out against Tottenham Hotspurs. It's been played at West Ham home ground, so of course they have the upper hand. We saw what West Ham are capable of doing in the last game that we were watching them when they were playing against Newcastle. They lost concentration and they lost the game, but they have to be different if they want something. And Tottenham Hotspurs could be the game that gives them that little bit inch, that that go ahead, that takes them to that level. But it's not gonna be as easy as people think that it could be. They have to fight with everything that they have. So I'm really excited over how they're going to approach this game. I'm really excited to see how they will deal with this, and I'm really excited to see who will win at the end of the day. They have the know-how. Tony is now the one of the important players back. Their striker scored during the weekend against Newcastle, so they have the players, as well as Kudus. I think he's in the best shape of his life. You saw what he was doing to that Newcastle team that lost so many players, but we saw how good he was and how much he was causing chaos. So there is that element of being dangerous and how they can destroy teams. So there is a lot of things that's going to happen in this game, and I'm really excited to see how the game goes, but I can't wait to see what happens. So my prediction between the two games that I've just been building up, I believe Man City might draw this game against Aston Villa. It might end as 1-1 or 2-2, because I feel like they need to find the confidence. They've not really been that good. As well as I have a surprise for you. I have a 2-1 win to West Ham over this one, because to be honest, if you watched the game of Tottenham Hotspurs versus Luton, if they get to face a team that is a little bit resistant to what Luton offered, it could be a different game. They're not fitting up. I don't know, maybe it's because of the international break. So I have to wait and see what happens over this game, and I have to tell you what exactly I'm expecting to see as we go forward. So I'm gonna go back to a little bit of a title race as well as the relegation race. So as we know, Luton Town are back into that relegation zone, as well as Arsenal are just 2 points behind the team that is at the top of the league, which is Liverpool. So they need to keep putting pressure on Liverpool. Of course, they'll play and Liverpool have a game in hand, but game in hand are never anything that gives an idea of where the season is going or whatever that is going to happen. So if Arsenal are able to beat Luton Town, they're able to put the much needed pressure on Liverpool, who are going to be playing Sheffield as well, a team that is dealing with relegation. But that's what makes it exciting, because in the final games, relegation teams are the worst to face. Are the worst. We saw what Luton did against Tottenham Hotspur. They lost it by 2-1, but they are not going to be a team that sits around. They're going to put that pressure on Arsenal. And that's what I'm excited over. But one thing that we have to remember, Arsenal is a strong team. The Rice, the Odegaard, I don't know if Saka is going to be fit. I think he might be rested for this one. But they have to find a way to get something out of this game. But one thing that I'm expecting is Arsenal to win. I think they win this game by 3-0 because they know how, they understand the importance of this. They've been in this race last season. They knew how they've dropped it down. I think they could have worked on it in this time. So it's going to be exciting to see how this game goes, but I believe they will deal with it easily, as I think they will do. So my prediction is Arsenal 3, Luton 0, or Luton 1, because I know that they always find a way to score a goal. As well as, let's talk about Everton going to Newcastle, a team that has been playing so well recently. They are finding ways to win. Eddie Howe is really fighting to the very end, and it's really been exciting to watch Newcastle, to be honest. It's not really going to be something that we look past and say that it's going to be just one of those games. There will be a fight. They will give something exciting to see, and I'm really, really excited to see how that is going to go on. But I want to know your thoughts in the comment section. Are you excited over this one? Because we are going to see one of the best games, to be honest, that is going to be played. And I'm really, really waiting to see how the game will settle up, how it will shape up. But guess what? That's why we love these final games. Everton were in the relegation battle, but now it seems like they're out of it. But you never know with the Premier League. There are still 27 points to be played for. So they need to keep moving further away. So they need to win against Newcastle. Newcastle have so many injuries. We've just been told that their club captain has suffered an ACL. So 2 players have already been taken out with ACL injuries. They have to find a way to still be in the game. The other one's still banned because of baiting. So there is a lot of players that are missing. So it's going to be a challenging one. I saw as well that also the number 2 player is not in the game. Trippier has not been playing. So there is a lot of things to deal with when it comes to this game. But I know it's going to be an exciting game. I know that they'll find a way to win. And I know that they'll fight to the very end. So I don't know. Let's just wait and see how this game will play on, people. Let's just wait and see how this will move on. But click the like button, subscribe to the Connect if you're still with us. Another relegation game to watch on. It's Fulham versus Nottingham Forest. A game that is really interesting because Fulham has really been on a high note in terms of how they've been approaching the game, in terms of how they've been putting pressure, in terms of how actually they've been enjoying the season. So I don't really know how the game will go on but I'm excited. The reason why I'm excited, and I'm going to try to explain this really, because we saw Nottingham Forest fighting to the very end, and they know that if they don't do something here, take advantage of the fact that Luton is playing Arsenal and get something out of the game, they will regret it. But Fulham are not going to make it easy for Nottingham Forest. So it's going to be a game that is going to require so much test. It's going to be forcing them to really be focused and fight to the very end. But that's what makes the excitement of football that we love, and that's what gives the excitement that we're looking for. So what I'm thinking is that maybe Nottingham Forest finds something to do. So my prediction is that Nottingham Forest win this game by 2-1. While Newcastle versus Everton, I think it's going to be a 1-1, a 2-2 draw, because I feel like it's not gonna be an easy game to really watch and actually see a winner at the end of the day. Wolves, after being beaten by Aston Villa, they need to find a get back, and they've got a managerless Burnley that is gonna be playing with them at the home of Burnley. It's gonna be exciting, to be honest, to see how the game goes, and it's gonna be exciting to see how they're gonna approach this game. But one thing that I'm excited about is that the element of surprise that we're seeing with these relegation teams now. They're fighting the very end. They're surprising teams. Somehow Chelsea should have beat Burnley, but guess what? They drew a 9-man Burnley. So that's what I'm also looking at, because all of them, they know that they also have a way to actually survive this relegation. Because guess what? Burnley are 15 points, and the team that is on top of that is out of the relegation is 22 points. So when you count 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 7 points gets you out of the relegation zone. So I think every game that Burnley faces from now on going to the end of the season, it is a final. So they're going to be fighting with everything that they have. They want to win any game that they get. That's why it's really been exciting, this league, because it has never been this tight in the relegation zone that I can count 7 points that gets the team that is in the relegation out while there are about 9 games left. That tells you how tight it has been down there. So it's going to be exciting to see how they play this game. My prediction, though, still remains that Wolves win this game, maybe by 2-0, but you never know. They need to survive. Never underestimate the relegation teams. That's one thing that I always tell people, because they are full of surprises. Bournemouth versus Crystal Palace, a game that is going to be exciting, but really these teams are in the beach, if you understand what I mean. They really have nothing to fight for, and they're just excited over whatever that is going to happen. So when you're playing with a team that is in the beach, it never really is that easy as people expect it to be, but it's going to be exciting to watch either way. What is my prediction? I think Bournemouth beat Crystal Palace because they've been on a good form, and I don't think it just disappears like this overnight. Usually when you have a good form over the season, it usually continues. So that's what I'm seeing from this Bournemouth team. As well as, so my prediction is that Bournemouth 3, Crystal Palace 2, where we have Brentford versus Brighton. As well, a game that is full of excitement that could give us one of those games. We just played with a deserving team and we saw what they're capable of doing. Brentford could still be in the danger of relegation zone, but I don't think it will affect them. But you never know. Go look at the relegation zone. It's really, really tight. But like I'm saying, they need to win this game, but as well as Brighton are in the beach, but they need to keep winning. They cannot keep losing games away from home. They have not won in some time now. I think it's about 8 games now that they haven't won away from home. So this is the game that they can start to find redemption. Everton is back, but he's still finding his way, because you can tell that he has been out for some time, and because he's still finding his way, it's going to be one of those games that is a little bit challenging for him. So what am I seeing here? I am seeing nothing but a Brentford win. They need to win because they cannot a Brighton win, sorry, not a Brentford win. They need to win because they cannot continue not performing well away from home, especially if Deserve wants to be given that award of being one of the best upcoming managers in the Premier League. He has to find a way. So my predictions are Brighton 3, Brentford 1. Sheffield United versus Liverpool. One of those games that we're going to be talking about. One of those games that people are going to be really excited about. One of those games that is going to put some pressure on Liverpool as well, but also full of surprises. So I can't wait to see what happens over this game. Because, of course, the Anfield factor matters. Liverpool at home, they always know how to win it. And guess what? It's my month of, April, my birthday month. I need Liverpool to at least give me the best month by winning the games. So I know It's not going to be easy. But also, I feel like it's one of the games that, Liverpool has to try and use wisely, rest some of the players and do that rotation that Klopp has been doing so well, so that we don't pick up some injuries. Because in the fixtures, this fixture when we were at Sheffield, that's where Jota was injured. And if I remember well, Diaz received a crazy tackle out of this game. And I think that's the same game we lost Curtis Jones. So a lot of players went out into this game. So one thing that I'm talking about, it is a challenging fixture. It is a fixture that will test our players, but also it could be a fixture that gives back the confidence in our attack and how we approach this game. So there is a lot of things that are depending on how this Liverpool approach this game, and as well as how Klopp actually set up his team. But I'm excited for it. I'm here for it, to be honest. So I want to know your thoughts in the comment section. Who do I think will win? Of course, it's Liverpool, but I think there have to be some rotation, people. If Conor Bradley is going to be resting for that game, he has to be. If they're going to rest Gomez or even McAllister, even Soboslai, one thing has to give. There should be some resting, so that we try to help those players to prepare for the United game that is coming up, because United also have an interesting fixture to be building up to. But Darwin Núñez has to start scoring some goals, so I need him to be in this game, even not even for the whole entire time, but just for some few minutes. When Gakpo came in against Brighton, it showed that he was very eager to perform. So I need Klopp to make sure that he is one of the starters in this game for his confidence sake. So I'm hoping that Luis Diaz is rested for this game, maybe put on later on in the game, as well as Salah is still coming from an injury, so we don't have to risk him, as well we don't have to do so much of him. So it's going to be exciting how Klopp sets this team up, but it's going to be one of the most important games. Harvey Elliott has been performing so well. Maybe Salah is rested for Harvey Elliott. You never know. Or maybe he plays first half, then the other one plays second half. Klopp has to do something. That's all that I'm saying. But I'm excited over this fixture, because I think it allows Liverpool to win a game if they can, as well as try to rest some important players in their game to help them out as we continue with the last 8 games after that, as well as the Europa League and other things that is there. So my predictions: Liverpool 4, Sheffield United 0. We need to cover that, that goal difference against us now. Chelsea are going to be hosting Manchester United. Now, why did I make this big game the last game that I talk about? Chelsea hosting Manchester United. Why? Why did I? Because it's full of surprises. You never know what happens. You can't really guess it. You can't really predict it, but you are always excited over it. So, what am I expecting over this game? So, I'm expecting that there is a win. I'm expecting that there is a defeat for somebody. My expectation is United loses. The reason why I want them to lose, their confidence, if it's shaken a bit, it gives an upper hand to Liverpool when we go to Old Trafford on Sunday. But also Chelsea are not really that team that gives you that belief that they can offer something exciting. They have not really been performing so well that we can believe that they have something to prove or something to really excite the world with. So there is, we find that myself on the balance. I find myself on the balance, not knowing exactly what to call of these games, not knowing exactly how to approach this game. But I'm still excited over what happens over it. Chelsea have the corner, who has Conor Gallagher, who has been playing well in the midfield. In fact, I have to say, one of the best midfielders of Chelsea this season. They have They also have a Cole Palmer, one of the best youngsters in this season, one who has proven that he has something exciting to offer. He has really been amazing the way he has been performing. So there should be an element of excitement over this one, but I'm not really sure. It's scary. It's really, really scary. But anyway, we'll see how that one goes. But do me a favor, click the like button. United, on the other hand, they are a hot and cold situation, and I know in this situation they might have to put that biggest team. They need to put the best team in this, that can the best approach into this game, that can put so much pressure over, to see how far they can in a way to prepare for the Liverpool game. That's all I can say. But as well as you never know. Liverpool game is like a derby, so there's always going to be that excitement over how the approach of the game will be like. But what is my prediction over this game? I think my prediction is going to be Chelsea 2, United 1. Because the reason why I'm saying this, a few weeks ago, I came up with something, or was it a few days back? I was saying something that maybe people might disagree with, that the problem that Chelsea has, it's easier to fix than the problem Manchester United have. I'm looking at how the two teams are set up. The reason why I came up with that idea is because to only fix Chelsea, you need to find the right players that fits in. You need at least a few or 2 or 3 signings to make the team so strong, because they already have a way to start building, and it seems like Mauricio Pochettino is trying to create a game plan in terms of approach over how they're going to go with the game. But to fix United, is going to need the whole wardrobe to be cleaned out and start to set up. The closet has to be cleaned out. So the fact that the whole entire closet has to be fixed out, I think that just is an element that gives it so much stretch than what people have to give in the game. So it is my belief that Chelsea can still do this. They've been one of the teams that has caused chaos to Man City. So they can do this. But can they? That's the question that we have to ask. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Click the like button, subscribe to the Connect, the best way you first support the Football Connect. I'm really excited over the games. I've given my predictions over all the games that have been played, and I can't wait to see what happens. So click the like button, subscribe to Connect. There is some, I'm gonna give you an update over what to expect in the coming weeks. So after the Sunday game, that's where I'm gonna do the video over the title race. I'm going to talk about the title race, what am I expecting, what's going to happen, how the title race will go on like, and who's actually, in my case, who I actually think will win the title. So expect that video. It's coming exactly after the United game, or maybe on Monday, one of those on next week. Also, we're going to have a video where we're going to be talking about how I was going to survive in the relegation battle. That's something that I'm working on as well. So I hope you're excited. I'm working on looking at it. That's why I was able to give you so much, because I've been looking at the relegation battle, how it's been moving on. Like, it's all exciting, to be honest. So be ready for that one. But there is an important announcement that I have to put out. So this is actually more to the Facebook community of the Football Connect, as well as, some people who are also on YouTube as well as Facebook. So if you're watching this, attention. So we are on our road to 100K. Right now we're at 90K on TFC for YouTube, TFC Facebook channel. So in terms of us celebrating the 100K milestone we are reaching, we are going to be launching a fan content reaction show. It's going to be starting as soon as we reach the 100K, building up to the last of the title race that is left. So what is going to be happening in this one? So many fans of you guys are going to be invited into the Connect through the links that I'll be sharing. You'll be live on this thing, and you'll give your thoughts over the title race or whatever that is happening, the fixtures that will be coming, and what you're expecting of the fixtures. So it's something that all of us can join in. It's something that you guys can join in, and I'm really excited over how this could be a change to TFC Facebook, and I hope you guys can be with us. And if I find the best people who are doing so well, there will be a live stream which will be launched very soon on our YouTube channel, which is TFC YouTube. So I'll be getting some of you guys that I'll have your contacts. Of course, I'm going to create a group of streamers which I'll have your contacts every single time. Whenever I'm inviting you in this, we will be having a conversation over the reaction over live streams. So be ready for it. Find at least something that gives good sound. That's where I can testify that if you have something to prove, as well as what's going to be happening. So be ready for this. This is very important, because you never know. You might start building your own YouTube career, or in terms of your own live streams or whatever you do on the Football Connect. So I hope you're excited over this. I know I am, and I hope you guys are interested. If you're interested in this, start hitting me up, make a 30-second video letting me know how you understand your football, which team you support, and whatever you do. Just do that. Put it either on our YouTube message, or there will be a link that I'll put out for or in fact, when you reach out to me on our YouTube channel, I'll put a link in terms of you joining into the group. In the group, that's when you send a video to see how you're good at it. Then we'll start inviting people into the live stream. It's going to be exciting. It is the 100K celebration, so I hope you're excited over it. Join us. It's going to be something that is going to be amazing. So that's the announcement that I have for you from the Football Connect community. By the way, if you're always interested, the Football Connect is not only one person, especially how we do it on Facebook. There is a Liverpool fan, me. There is a United fan, so whenever you see some of our posts and sometimes we're attacking each other, that's how we are. It's an open community. We are excited. I'm a Liverpool fan, but doesn't mean that the Football Connect is a Liverpool fan. The Football Connect, it's a company on its own. It does whatever it has to. So you guys also can just come. Rivals are accepted. You guys come in and show me what you're capable of doing. It's gonna be exciting. Click the like button, subscribe to the Connect, and if you're watching this on this one, click the link as well in the description. Go join us on our YouTube channel. Like I'm saying, this is gonna be something big. I'm actually gonna create a team of people that I work with on the Connect. Some people are actually gonna find up and we start working for life. I'm gonna be helping people from these people. So take this as serious as you can. Don't come make jokes over this live stream. This could be something that becomes even more huge for you. Thank you very much for watching. I've been your host, Sam. I'm out. We'll see you on the other side. Peace. Subscribe to the Football Connect. We are out. Peace.